Hello, my name is Tony Baugh. I'm from Connecticut, USA. My project is a neural network, but in its simplest form, it's just 3 layers: input, hidden, and output, with only one neuron in each layer. The program attempts to guess a target number given parameters specified by the user. I call it the neural net number guesser. The user can enter 3 parameters: the target number that they want to guess, how many iterations the algorithms are run, and the learning rate that they would like to use. The initial input value for the input neuron is set randomly to a value between 0 and 1, and the initial weight is set randomly to between -1 and 1. So because of these random start values, you can enter the same parameters but get different results. And the program is made really to showcase the randomness and inconsistencies inherent in neural networks, and to be a base framework for my neural network projects moving forward. So I start by getting the 3 inputs from the user and verifying that they are inputs that will work for the program. I define a neuron, what it means for it to have a weight, its input, output, and gradient data. I make a process data function that takes the input data of whatever's passed into it, multiplies it by that neuron's weight, and sets an output data. I used the mean squared error for a loss function that takes output data from a neuron and the target number that's trying to be guessed, and calculates the loss function for that. And then we get into the main function, where I declare one neuron for each layer, set the input to a random, the input neuron to a random number to get the process started, and then we run a forward pass where we process the data from each neuron in order from the input to the hidden to the output, and then we calculate our first loss function, our first loss calculation. Here we have the gradient descent / backpropagation, where we take that initial loss function and we start to use the gradients and weights from the neurons and calculate what the gradients are going to be, so we know what to change the weights for, or the weights by, and we also apply the learning rate in this step. And then once we have our updated weights, we run the forward pass again to calculate a new loss function, and then we print the results. For example, if we wanted to try and guess the number 10, and we give it 10 iterations at a 0.1 learning rate, it gets pretty close, 9.6. And it tells how far away it was, what the initial value was, the loss value at the end of the iterations, and the parameters that the user set.